Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. Today's video is going to be a casual discussion of my thoughts on the Trick or Treasure event. I'm also going to talk a little bit about unit promotion and which adventurers you should promote, how you should focus on using your Eldwater because we did get some of that from the event. Overall, I've been pretty pleased with Trick or Treasure, but I have seen that response has been pretty mixed. Some people preferred Loyalty's Requiem, some people like the Halloween theming, some people like Trick or Treasure more, but I'm going to get into that later in the video. I know it has been a while since I've posted a video on the channel, and that is because I'm working on a longer series that's going to come out later this week. That'll be a 3-part series talking all about dragons, wyrmprints, and weapons, so basically everything you're going to need to build units in the game. Now, I wanted to make this series because the concept of builds is a bit murky in this game. Dragalia Lost tends to funnel you in certain directions. There are event-specific wyrmprints. There are dragons that are generally strictly better than other dragons, so some of your decision making is going to be pared down, but I think it's still worth looking at those build videos, and I still wanted to produce that for everyone. I also want to say thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed to the channel after my Halloween Fantasia showcase review and my summoning video. For those of you who have been here since the beginning, you'll know that this started as a hobby for me, and of course with my small subscriber count, it'll remain a hobby for a while, but I'm excited to see that number ticking up, and I'm going to try to do my best to put out as many videos as I can of a high quality for all of you. I was just really excited when the direct came out for this game, and that's what inspired me to create this channel, so I hope you'll look forward to more videos in the future. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the topics at hand today. First, I want to talk about Trick or Treasure. You'll have until basically reset this Thursday night in order to complete anything you want with this event, get any trick or treat rewards, and upgrade your sweet retreat, which I do recommend you try to get as high as possible because that is limited facility level that you're going to be getting out of the event. Now, just to show off how my progress is in this, I've done a lot more and I feel a lot better than with the previous event, Loyalty's Requiem. So I'm over 1 million now, and I just have a few milestones left to reach in terms of trick or treats. My treasure trade is just about wiped out. As you can see, I have a lot of candy baskets, but just by playing, I'm going to get the Jack chocolates I need to round that out. And yeah, let's just talk about the event. I know there's one big thing that's been a bummer to some of you, and that's that the main challenges in this, there's no co-op. Now, it's unfortunate because one of the advertisements about this game during the direct was every quest is playable in co-op, and it is a shame to not be able to play with your friends. But as I mentioned in my summoning video, I honestly haven't been too disappointed with that, just because for Loyalty's Requiem, the matchmaking was kind of haphazard. I felt like I waited a lot to just play the game, and so this being single player only, I've actually found it much easier to enjoy it at my own pace, put in the time when I have the time. So while I do hope they get this co-op to a better place, and honestly, I think all events in the future should have co-op for the major quests that are in the event, I'm not too bummed out by that. I also think the rewards for this event have been really good. They're a bit spaced out now that I've passed 1 million trick or treats, but the mana, the rupees, and the waters that you're getting for this are going to be great, and honestly they've helped me out a lot in progressing my team, getting up Elisanne and Lily very quickly up to my other adventurers. So all in all, I do appreciate this event. I think it's a step in the right direction. There are still improvements that could be made with co-op, namely allowing co-op. I have completed all the endeavors, and I like that this event is shorter in length. But I do hope that in the future, if they're going to keep it this length, they try to include 2 weekends in that span of time. So if it's going to be a 10-day event, give us 2 weekends worth so that we have time to play. that's all I want to say on that for now. I may cover that in an upcoming State of the Game video when I look back on everything that's happened in the future. But speaking of building up my characters, I want to go ahead and show you my teams with some of the characters you'll know from my summoning videos. We have Elisanne, Ezalith, Lily, and Eleonora. This is the team that I'm working with and trying to push my might ceiling with as high as possible. I can get a little bit higher by using off-element dragons and kind of wyrmprints that don't really fit the builds I'm going for here. You'll see that Lily sort of has a wyrmprint like that right now. But I think it's going to be a while before I hit 13k. I'm probably going to have to get my facilities a lot stronger for those percentage boosts. But I just wanted to show this off in part because what I'm planning on doing today is actually promoting Eleonora. So Eleonora was the first unit I summoned in this game. You'll know that she's one of my favorite units. I loved learning how to use the bow with her, even though I think it could still be buffed a little bit. It's one of my favorite weapon types. That range gives you so many options. Yes, it doesn't always home in on what you want to hit, but I still love it. I love Eleonora as a unit. So even though this may not be the best strategic move, we are going to promote her today to 5 stars. And like I said, the rewards from the event are what's allowing me to do this. You'll see that I have over 25,000 Eldwater now. So here we are, we're going to promote her. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the strategy of promoting. One of the questions I've gotten on previous videos is, I'm not that lucky, I only have 3 stars, or I mostly have 3 stars. Which one of those are going to be worth using and worth promoting if I'm not pulling 5 stars or that many 4 stars naturally? And unfortunately, I have to be completely honest, a lot of the 3 stars just have worse stats, weaker co-abilities, and weaker skills and abilities than their higher rarity counterparts. Now I may go through a separate video where I discuss each of them and some of the ones that are a bit stronger, but in general, the only thing that really can set a 3-star unit apart is if they're a unique weapon type within their element, because that means they apply or provide a unique co-ability for that element, or if they can inflict a unique ailment. So, for instance, I don't want to promote, so I have to be careful about this, but Joe here, he's a 3-star fire archer. I believe he is the only fire archer, so he's going to be the only way to get skill haste as a co-ability on a fire team, or flame team rather. And his skill also inflicts burning. So even though his stats are lower, he does have a niche that he can fill. Similarly with somebody like Raymond, I believe Raymond is still the only sword light unit. So he's going to give you that Dragon Haste co-ability, which is going to be unique within the light pool. That's the main reason you would want to have a 3-star unit on your team. It's just because their role isn't being fulfilled by somebody much stronger and higher rarity. That's kind of the sad truth, and on top of that, a lot of these units have their 3rd skill locked behind 5-star rarity, and the 3rd skill is usually pretty bad, so even if you promote them, it's like an extra 25% resistance to a status ailment. So even if you promote them, seriously think about whether you want to go all the way to 5-star or maybe just to 4-star. But that discussion aside, the main reason why I think you want to promote in this game is basically because you really like a character. So even if your character isn't amazing, even if your favorite character is a 3-star and you love their art, you love their story, their personality, don't let that hold you back, because there's no PvP in this game. You're just trying to beat the challenges laid out in front of you PvE-wise. So your character, with enough love and care, they'll never maybe reach the 5-star levels of strength and HP, but with your skill and investing in them heavily, you can still make them work. So that's the caveat to what I said earlier. Strategically, there's not a lot of value, but emotionally, And from a personal standpoint, there can be a lot of value, so don't let that hold you back. Don't let the strategy necessarily hold you back. One thing I should say on the strategy front is that you're also going to need Eldwater to upgrade your co-ability once you get into that final ring of your mana circle. So as you can see, I have Ezilith here. She's a 5-star. I've gotten her as far as I can without unlocking this ring of her mana circle. But let me just go ahead and show you on upgrade co-ability. Each upgrade of this is going to cost some Eldwater. So this costs 6,000. Yeah, so it looks like each of them are going to cost 6,000. But it's a little bit hard to tell without having done one first, whether the following ones will scale and maybe increase. So if you want to play super strategically and want to be really serious about conserving your resources, you may not even want to promote anyone at all. There is an endeavor that you get for your first promotion. You are going to get a little bit of Wyrmite for that, so you could always do that promotion. But probably, if just looking at my roster right now, probably the smartest thing for me to do would be to save that Eldwater and use it for one of my 5-stars in that final ring once I get there. So either Ezilith or Elisanne or Lily. But we're throwing caution to the wind here. We're not going to do it that way. And that's just because, like I said, Eleonora, I have an emotional attachment. She was the first unit I summoned. She helped me through the story so much. I do love playing as her. So you know what? We're going to do it. I don't even have the resources to unlock her final ring of her mana circle or to level her up to 80 at this point. But we're going to get there eventually, and here we go. 4-star to 5-star, promoted. It's a beautiful sight to behold. Her artwork upgraded. Really excited, really happy I finally got here, and not too long after the game's launch to get a promotion. So you know that, oh, you get some dialogue. I was going to say, you know that I'm going to be using her in future videos, but let's look at this dialogue. Only when my quiver is empty can my future begin. And I guess that's it. All right. Okay, and you do actually get some stat increases right off the bat, which is interesting, even before we unlocked any mana circles or leveled her up. Let's go back to teams and take a look. Everybody is 5-star now. All is right in the world as it should be. My normal endeavor procced. But that's going to do it for this video, everyone. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed this. I know it's more casual than the videos that I put out last week, but you can expect some more serious content soon. Like I said, I'm going to be starting that series about builds, and essentially in each of these videos, I'm going to go through every dragon, then every wyrmprint, and then every weapon that's available in the game. So if you want that in-depth coverage, you'll be able to get that. I should finish rolling all of those out through next week, so hope you look forward to those. Another point on that is that I mentioned this in my state of the game, but I still haven't seen any official tier list. I've tried to keep myself as objective as I can be and give you my personal opinion. I guess that's a little bit contradictory, but I've tried to give you my personal unbiased opinion without reading off some tier lists. Maybe once I get through this content, I'll go look at those tier lists and give you my evaluation of that from my vantage point in the game. But definitely let me know, leave a comment. Have you promoted anyone so far? I'd love to hear who you've promoted, who your favorite units are to use as you've continued to play this game, as well as any thoughts you have on the first part of this video on the Trick or Treasure event. Has the event lived up to your expectations? I know I love the styling of the event. I love the presentation, so all of that has been positive to me, but that co-op really stings for some people, so leave a comment. I'm curious to hear what you think. I really don't know. I've seen a lot of mixed reactions, so I'm looking forward to reading what you have to say. But anyway, with that, thank you once again for watching, thank you for joining the channel, and I'll see you next time.